of the most common poisonings we see in the pet field is antifreeze toxicity, or ethylene glycol toxicity is the actual drug. It's very, very common, especially this time of year, because people are changing the antifreeze in their cars to get ready for the cold winter. Antifreeze is very dangerous because it takes such a tiny amount to be toxic, just very, very little. Literally, they can lap at it and get a toxic reaction. And the other thing about antifreeze is it tastes very sweet. So these animals like the taste of it, so they're going to go seeking it. And people tend to not know this, and they'll leave their antifreeze out, or they'll leave it in a bowl until they dump it and not think about their pets going out there and getting into it. I've actually heard of children doing it, happening in children also. So antifreeze, what it does when you first drink it is it causes sort of a drunken state. They get a little bit confused and disoriented because it is an alcohol. So think of it like an alcohol poisoning. So in the very early stages, that's what you'll see. After that, then unfortunately what it does is pretty quiet. It causes an acute destruction of the kidneys. So basically 24, 48 hours later, these animals are going to present in acute kidney failure. And the problem with it is it's so dramatic in how much destruction it does in the kidneys that by the time we diagnose it a couple days later, very rarely can we save your pet at that stage. The typical time that we can try to save their lives is if you get them to us within 5 hours of ingesting it, because there is an antidote called Vet that we can start, and then fluid therapy is most of it. So if you ever see your pet drinking antifreeze, consider it an acute emergency. Immediately get them to the vet. The prognosis is excellent if you catch it when they do it. If you get past 5 hours, it typically is has a high mortality rate, and almost most of those pets will not survive it. So just make sure you practice common sense. Don't leave antifreeze out. Dump it so your pet can't get to it. There are some products out there that don't have ethylene glycol in it that are used for antifreeze. They're pet friendly, and I would consider that if you have quite a few pets, so that you don't accidentally cause a toxic reaction in your pet. So just be very wise and careful around antifreeze.